Been a while, hasn't it? Mainly because I still have no clue what time management skills are, and ADHD doesn't make that any easier. So we've got this batch of Moomin episodes that you guys have been excited for the longest time. We've got the Moomin Papa episodes coming up, but that will be the main course of this batch, because before that we have these two episodes, the Phoenix and Moomin's Big Fish. So we'll do those first, then have all three Moomin Papa episodes back to back. Just go at it, and just have those. I know you guys have been excited for these episodes, and I'm excited to see as well, because the hype surrounding these episodes, I'm not going to let it overtake me, because hype tends to ruin things, because you build it up too much in your head, and then it doesn't manage to meet expectations, like the ridiculous expectations you've given it. But I feel like this will be good. I feel like this will just be good for going forward, and enjoying these episodes. You guys haven't steered me wrong. I'm sure these episodes will be great. But the Moomin Papa episodes are definitely going to be the quote-unquote main course of this batch. So we'll get into this. First things first. First episode of this batch will be the Phoenix, and we'll see what that is. I mean, I know what a Phoenix is, but I don't know what a Phoenix is going to be doing in Moomin Valley. So we'll just see. So let's just get into this. As always, beautiful art, beautiful music.
If legendary birds really existed, where else would you find them other than in Moomin Valley? Like, for instance, the Phoenix.
Very true. Makes sense. Like, I was thinking, what would a Phoenix be doing in Moomin Valley? Then I remembered, oh wait, this place has all sorts of things, like dragons and monsters and the such.
Right, I'll get this one.
Look, I found it! Yeah!
What is that face? That was horrific.
We must go to a really deserted place.
Do we really have to?
This is going to be gun safety.
Legend has it that the Phoenix never dies, but this one doesn't look too good. Moomin and his friends, of course, knew nothing about the strange new bird that had just arrived in Moomin Valley.
Oh boy. Is it just me, or do things look a bit off-model in this episode? Like, just ever so slightly. Oh dear, Moomin's taken my gun again.
Is anything the matter, dear?
I've looked, but I can't find it anywhere.
Find what?
My rifle, that's what.
Why do you want your rifle?
I don't want it for anything, it's just that it isn't where it's supposed to be. In there by the toolbox in the cellar. Powder and balls, too.
Maybe a burglar took it. Stinky, perhaps.
But it's such an old rifle, Mama.
The idea of Stinky with a gun is terrible.
You don't think the children could be playing with it somewhere, do you?
Oh, the children.
Oh dear, it might explode.
Some people can do these things naturally, and I feel I'm one of them.
Oh no.
Promise it won't be too loud. That's all I ask of you, Moomin.
It looks very dangerous. Don't point it at anyone.
What a silly bullet. It's fallen out for no reason.
You need to pack it. I would love to have like an antique black powder rifle. That it would probably just be Jesus. It would probably just be like a mantelpiece. Like just Jesus. Who's trying to assassinate me?
The tree's still standing, guys.
Good lord.
Don't do it, Moomin.
Why, Snufkin?
Snufkin, please be the voice of reason.
I don't want any new holes in my hat.
He was aiming at
Fair
that
enough.
tree. What a good thing you weren't hurt.
Well, yes, I was lucky, Moomin.
I didn't realize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Jesus.
This looks very old. So old it could explode, and it would be better not to take any more risks, so don't fire it again.
I won't ever.
It's very hard to hit anything with an old gun like this one. Even an experienced hunter would find it next to impossible to hit the target. Otherwise, you would have hit that dead tree without any problem, I guess.
Why is...
Moomin, what were you thinking of? How could you just take my old gun out of the cellar just like that?
I'm so sorry, Papa, but I've just been reading these Wild West stories. They're so exciting.
Well, you're
It's
in
the
Moomin
books.
Valley now, not the Wild West.
It's the books that are
You know what?
influencing the youth.
Firearms don't really fit in here, and besides, they make such a loud noise.
But when Papa was young...
But Papa didn't live in Moomin Valley when he was young. He just keeps it as a memento of his long-lost youth. Isn't that so, Papa?
They keep
Yes,
building
that's
up
true.
Moomin
And
Papa's
now I
youth.
think the time has come. Don't you agree, Papa? Throw it away, dear. It's such a dangerous thing to leave lying around.
You can
don't
weld
really
the
mean
components.
It's not as if you needed a gun to
Then it'll
protect
never
us or
fire.
anything, dear.
Of course not. That's why I always keep it unloaded, but it's such a precious souvenir.
It has been utilized in home defense, and no one was objecting to that.
I sometimes wish I was a bird flying through the sky.
But you're too big.
Well, bumblebees are too big to fly. You know, new things happen every day.
You had wings, Sniff.
I never said anything about wanting to have wings. All I said was that I'd love to be able to fly.
You mean like swimming in the air?
That's right.
Very cute.
You guys are having fun.
Alicia!
I could hear you shouting and laughing and Snufkin's harmonica from miles away. Grandma says that if she watches the phoenix being reborn, she'll live until she's very, very old. Do you believe that? I don't really know.
Yet again, Alicia, you are a witch. I'm always going to question the thought processes of people in this show being like, that's such a fantastical story. Stuff like that doesn't actually exist. When you personally know witches, when you personally encountered dragons and ghosts and monsters and magicians.
There's so many things we can do. We could play indoors too.
And poker!
And I'd win. We can build a ship too.
Or a swing.
Poker? Does little Mai know how to gamble?
Right up there.
It's a bird.
I think you're right.
It looks very Dragon Quest.
Is it all right?
Well, it's still alive. Seems as if someone shot it.
It won't die, but it may not fly again, poor thing. The wing bone's in pretty bad shape. As you can see from this bullet, it's been shot in the wing.
I've never seen a bird like this before, have you? I think it's very rare.
Yes, well, I've never seen a bird like it either. I was just wondering what it could be.
Why don't you look it up in your bird book?
Oh, good idea. I'll go and get it, Moomin.
Papa, it's just a, there you go, it's just a musket ball. Not worth keeping.
I looked right through the bird book, and there's no sign of it, I'm afraid, Snufkin.
You should get some new books.
Also, yet another episode, yet another batch, we are discussing birds. And Moomin's family taking care of injured birds. I don't think there's a pattern going on, but... Alicia, you've
Alicia.
broken into my house!
I can't sleep either. I'm so worried about the bird.
I heard somebody call.
What do you mean?
It was you.
She seems
You
intense
called
right
me,
now.
Didn't you, my friend?
Are you telling me this bird called you?
Very
Did you hear
intense.
it?
No, I could just feel him calling me.
Well, you should definitely trust a witch
I
with...
was right. It was you that called me.
supernatural and nature stuff.
Yes, of course I understand.
Alicia, what is all this?
He says thank you, everyone, and I am to tell you this is the phoenix.
The phoenix? The bird that never dies?
Yes, that's right.
This music is really making me
Hold
want
on.
to play some, like,
He says
high
he wants us
fantasy
to do
game.
something for him urgently.
What's that?
The phoenix says he can't fly to the great volcano because one of his wings is injured, but he has to get there by tomorrow morning at the very latest. He says the only way he'll get there is if we all help him. Please dig a really big hole, then gather lots of firewood. We have to make a huge fire.
Even the Philly Jonks chipping in. Everyone chipping in. Oh, that's going to be huge fire. Oh, it seems like Alicia's grandma's going to miss the rebirth of the Phoenix.
The fire has to be
Oof.
kept burning for 24 hours. Then the phoenix will go into the fire and be reborn. He won't even feel the heat, he says. Snufkin, he wants you closer to the fire, please.
I must admit I'm sure glad I'm not a phoenix.
Makes sense. It's just like, I'm glad I'm not in a Dark Souls game. Typically people catch on fire in those.
And now he says you must keep the fire burning for another 24 hours.
I mean, it's a big enough fire that it probably won't be going out anytime soon. Oh, was the fire looking low, Moomin?
I know he said he'd be all right, but then you never can tell, can you?
The phoenix knows what he's doing, I'm sure of it. And if he says it doesn't hurt, we should believe him.
I'll never, ever eat roast chicken again, little Mike.
Must be awful. First he burns, and then he has to live for another 500 years.
Look over there.
Oh, Papa?
It's an egg!
It's an egg!
It is an egg.
We must have done it right, Papa.
He certainly did, Snufkin.
Oh!
Oh my goodness. It was adorable little chicken for a moment. Yet again, this feels very Dragon Quest to me. Kind of one of the things I love about Moomins. Just the mysticism, the high fantasy of it all.
He says thank you very much to everyone. He's very happy he's been reborn.
Goodbye now, Phoenix!
Take care of yourself, Phoenix!
Goodbye!
After saying thank you, the Golden Phoenix flew away toward the great volcano, showing the people of Moomin Valley, at least, that not all legends are just legends.
Yet again, I know I keep hammering this home, but dragons, ghosts, wizards, flying panthers... It's a pretty high fantasy world. Why do people question reality? You have witches as neighbors and close friends. You've encountered, like, nature spirit beings, invisible shadow creatures. I don't know. Maybe I just don't comprehend. It's the intersection of two different worlds, like a world of high fantasy and the understanding of this world's like hyper reality of legendary things and magic things and monsters and creatures of other kinds of varieties don't really exist. But it's like, dude, yes they do. Yes they do though. You experience them on a frequent basis, and this show has some sense of continuity, at the very least. So I don't know, if the show were more episodic, like clearly episodic, like not telling an overarching story, like it's definitely had a narrative flow, even though it definitely has like episodic beats, like every episode has its own story to tell. The overarching series isn't really presented in an episodic format. The seasons change. Characters come and go. Stuff happens all the time. It's got a flow to it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of this than I should. But I just can't understand the thinking of phoenixes don't exist, but we have this huge fish. we have witches as our next door neighbor. Well, not next door, but as one of our neighbors. And one of them is friends with us. My brain, I can't. I just don't get it. Whatever though, I'm gonna stop questioning it. Or at least I'm gonna try, because I feel like we still have like 12 more episodes to go, and I'm not even gonna count the movies, because this is going to be part of this series. I'm gonna cover the movies though. It's gonna be part of this series, just going to go forward, say, things like that don't exist, and then it's just like, yes, they do, though. You've encountered so much supernatural stuff. I don't get it. I don't get the writing there. But I don't know. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of it than it should be. Anyway, that was just a nice episode. I don't really. Like, I can see the that there was an attempt at anti-gun sentiments. I don't know. It feels like Papa could have kept it. It was a keepsake. Could have been like I said, could have been welded so it couldn't be fired, and you could still keep it. It'd be a display piece at most. But I feel like there could have been a better statement about like shooting at rare species or something, or preservation of preservation of nature. I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know if there's if the books have anti-gun sentiment. I don't know. And again, that gun has been used for home defense before. Never really been fired though. Now that I think of it, the only time it was so far has nearly put a hole in Snufkin's hat, as he said. Anyway, I don't know. That was an alright episode. Like I do just enjoy the mysticism every now and again. Just an episode of just, hey, here's some supernatural stuff going on, and that's always nice to see. So, for now though, I don't really have much to talk about on this episode, so I'm gonna move on. Alright. This one's just called Moomin's Big Fish. We've had a couple of big fish in this series so far. Oh goodness, sorry for the yawniness. But, literally last batch with Witch Walking, we had that, Namaluk fish. And then with the golden fish, or whatever, that was a while ago. When was that? That was a while ago. I genuinely can't remember. It was, yeah, the golden fish. Episode 32, wow. That was a while ago. But yeah, we've seen some big fish in the series before, so just naming one Moomin's big fish, I don't know. Big fish aren't all that surprising. Yet again, more supernatural happenstance, just how big these fish are. So I guess we'll see a big fish, and well, that's. And yet again, you're leaving me at a question for what's going to happen in this episode, so we'll see. Alright. Moomin's big fish.
Moomin and his friends are going fishing, and as you know, fish only eat early in the morning.
As I know that, I don't really fish. Ooh, bread and cheese.
That's ready now. Snort!
What?
Running the candle at both ends, I see.
Oh, you've been up all night again, have you, Snork? But what
Completely phased out of reality.
Oh, Snork Maiden! Just look at this!
Trust
Such a
me.
simple formula.
I know that hyperfocus.
It's my glue, sis. Of course, it's not ordinary glue. I invented it. It'll stick to anything and everything.
Mad scientist.
Listen a minute. I'm going off with Moomin and the others now. I won't be back till tonight.
Yeah.
I've made lunch for you. It's on the table in the kitchen.
Oh.
Are you listening to me, Snork?
Yes.
I've constructed the perfect man out of corpse components.
Fishing is so boring.
Agreed. I've been fishing a good number of times in my youth, and it's just like
special place for fishing?
Oh yes.
I don't
definitely.
get the
Well,
appeal.
if not, I'd rather eat something else. I'm tired of waiting and I'm getting hungry.
We've got a fight.
Like I can probably understand it, but like I've never understood it. Again, it might just be ADHD kicking in that I can't just sit still and wait for something to happen.
Careful.
It feels like a goddamn eternity.
Take it easy. We got him.
There might even be enough here to fill your belly up for once, Sniff.
Oh my.
Listen, Moomin, are you really going to cook this big fish all by yourself? I certainly am. Cooking doesn't look difficult.
Though that is something I would love to do more.
Wait, it'll be
I
delicious.
love cooking.
All I really need is a good cookery book. I like fish baked in an oven, but having said that, I also like it cold in a sort of jelly.
I don't think you can
Jellied
eat
fish? Not something I've ever heard of, but maybe it's like a European thing. I have no clue. I would love to explore other cultures' foods. Also, get Snork some fresh air. He's probably suffocated.
What? Oh, there you are. What are you doing in the kitchen?
Hi, Snork Maiden. I've been making my glue, and I'm pleased to say I've just finished.
Oh, really, Snork? I've told you time again to do your experiments in your own study. I'm stuck. I can't move.
Oh, be careful where you walk. I may have spilt a few drops of it.
Snork, please tell me you've invented a solvent for this.
Get rid of this nasty smoke from this kitchen right away.
I can't do that. It needs to be on the stove just a bit longer.
You put the glue on my stove? Oh, what have you put in there, Snork?
Oh
That's my
no.
Wonder Glue magic mixture.
Oh, I'll have you know that is my very, very best soup pot.
It was the only one suitable for glue.
Oh, and the bowl.
Oh goodness.
Oh, and this one here is my very favorite soup bowl.
Well, it was sitting right under my nose.
Oh, my goodness, Snork, how could you make such a mess? Get your nasty stuff out of my kitchen.
I told you I'm in the middle of my experiment.
Admittedly,
See, I don't matter to you at all, do I? I never have done.
Of course you do, and you know it. I'm just saying this experiment is more important than your favorite soup.
It is it? You destroy our home and then you talk about your precious, stupid experiments? Well, everyone can live very well without your glue.
Snork Maiden!
I am going now, Snork.
Right. Go. I don't care. Go anywhere you want. I wonder if she meant that.
Admittedly, Snork Maiden is right to be upset about this. Like, Snork's over here clearly disrespecting their house, home, and property, and her feelings, clearly.
I've planned a big fish party for tomorrow night, if that's all right with you.
Oh, what a good idea.
I agree.
Right, and I will bake a fantastic pie for our dessert.
Thanks, but I've tried one of your pies before.
Oh, that was when the oven was too hot.
That's exactly it.
What?
If you make a pie,
What?
Papa, make a plum
I don't
one.
get the
That's
Joke.
Snork Maiden's favorite.
And you'll have something else.
You're very kind.
Oh, Snork Maiden, aren't you cooking for the Snork?
Oh, you see?
There we are. Perfect glue. Right. I guess I better eat something. Oh, crap. It's that glue once again.
Did he say, aw crap?
Oh, now the bread stuck to my hand.
Oof. Uh-oh. Like, I get he's kind of blinded by his science, but he's kind of being a jerk.
Wake up, Moomin!
So, karma in action.
Oh, aren't you awake yet? Moomin, come on, it's time to get up.
No.
Well, at least she's in a good mood.
Good morning, little Mai. What are you doing up so early?
None of your business.
Very, very confrontational for a pleasant good morning.
This is good.
Not bad.
Oh, it really tastes good.
You'll make someone an excellent wife one day, Snork Maiden. You didn't have to do this, you know.
No, indeed. We'd like to have you as a guest, Snork Maiden.
Oh, no! I might stay here for quite a while, Moomin Mama, if that's all right with you. And I certainly don't want to be a burden to anyone.
Is there something
Oh, no.
wrong, Snork Maiden?
Not really. Only I'm not going back to that insufferable brother of mine, whatever happens.
I think I'd better go visit the Snork to see if I can sort things out. We must find out why she's so angry with him.
Yes, dear. And also he'll be so relieved to know she's safe here with us.
Yes, you're right. See you shortly.
All right, dear. Good luck.
I can see you've got a problem.
Tell me, what should I do, Moomin Papa?
Why don't you bake Snork Maiden a lovely pie, Snork? Make her favorite pie. It can be your way of saying how very sorry you are. And you'll find that once you say you're sorry, you'll realize you are.
Oh, but really? She was silly. All right then, but I've never made a pie before, you know.
Don't worry, I'll help. I'm a good cook.
Oh,
Try to see
boy.
it as a scientific experiment, and it should be easy.
Like, all he really has to do is clean up his mess and apologize.
Moomin is such a wimp.
Regardless of whether or not he thinks her
Will you pick some flowers for the
her
table?
sentiment is silly, he hurt her feelings and then disregarded her feelings. All he really needs to do is make good on it.
Moomin
Clean
Papa.
everything and genuinely apologize.
Oh, little
It's
Mai.
simple.
Hello?
What are you doing out here then? Aha, I see you've been picking plums.
Yes,
Oh, I love
I'm gonna
plums.
bake a pie.
Eh? You gone crazy?
No, Moomin Papa's gonna help me.
It's his way of telling Snork Maiden he's sorry.
Oh, right. I'll help as well then.
What? Well, this
Uh-oh.
is most unusual, little Mai. You see, the last time the oven got a bit hot, but now I know exactly how to make them.
I see. Well, if I read the recipe very carefully,
Burnt pie percent speed
Now,
run.
do you think?
You know, I couldn't have managed without your help.
Oh, but you did most of the work.
I don't understand why, but you're very different when you do housework.
I can tell you exactly why. Oh, yes, it's all the Snork's fault, and that's a fact.
The Snork's fault?
He's obsessed with experiments. He never even notices my housework, no matter how hard I work.
He is an inventor, though, and I'm sure that one day he'll be very famous. He's not like you or me, you know.
might be right. I've been wondering whether I've been too hard on him. I'll say sorry. What do you think?
That's a good idea.
Well, I'm actually impressed. Like, both of them see their own side, see the error in their own sides of their arguments.
Why haven't they invented machines
And want-
for this? It would be much quicker.
And want to make amends. That's good.
Ham looks delicious. The oven's just right.
The dough's not ready yet.
Like, that is always something I love
It
in...
looks perfectly all right to me.
Now hit it.
That doesn't work, Snork. Why not just roll it out?
This is most peculiar. Oh, I just remembered what you do next. You sprinkle flour on the dough to stop it sticking.
Oh,
Whoops.
yes, it's coming back to me now.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Great,
At least
it
they're
looks
trying.
perfect.
Ah, that looks more like it.
Oh, that's gonna be flaky.
And so, between the three of them, Moomin Papa, the Snork, and Little Mai, they finally managed to make a pie.
And of course, wash the pot. But yeah, I do love like reconciliation plots where even before the reconciliation, both parties see, hey, I understand that I might misunderstand your side of the argument, and I see the errors in my side.
Hello.
Like, both parties, like, of their own volition.
welcome to our
No one's
party.
framed
Thanks for
as the
coming.
bad
Hello,
guy.
everyone.
I'll talk more in this,
Oh, is the
like,
party
after the
started
episode.
yet? I'm very, very hungry.
Snork Maiden, your brother's here.
What does he want?
Just put the bottles on the table. Okay, come on.
We haven't seen you for quite a while, Snore.
How's your flying ship coming along?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Snork!
Yes, reconcile.
Snork Maiden?
Yes. Reconcile.
About what happened yesterday.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was all my fault. I made you this.
An invention?
No, not really.
Well,
But then
technically-
you could call it that.
How kind of you. I can't wait to see what it is.
Here, Snork Maiden.
Aw.
Oh, look at that.
Also, I cleaned out your favorite dish, the one that had the glue all over it. I'm very sorry I made such a mess of the kitchen.
Thank you. I'm so happy all of a sudden. Oh, I'm so happy. I love you.
Aw.
Really, Snork Maiden? Now stop it, everyone's looking.
Aw.
And so, Snork Maiden and her brother were the best of friends once again.
That's sweet.
Everyone could now really enjoy the party. And strangely enough, Moomin's huge fish wasn't too big at all.
I just love... This episode wasn't even about the fish. Yeah, literally for an episode called Moomin's Big Fish, the fish barely took part in the story. Like, you could have removed that part of the story and it still would have... the narrative still would have been the same. Literally just Snork and Snork Maiden have a falling out, and then they reconcile. That's the basic framework here. But like, the fish barely took any precedence in this. It was just kind of part of the flow of it. But I'm not complaining. This was mainly just Snork and Snork Maiden, which I did enjoy. Like, of course, there's always room for like an episode, well, like a story where one party seriously messes up, and then they need to come to the realization of it and apologize to the first party. But I kind of prefer where both sides of a point of contention have their own sides of an argument and have their own places where they mess up in a heated situation, and then like, they go off, they go their separate ways, then realize of their own volition, or in talking to other people, where they may have messed up, and the understanding that they hurt someone that they care about in their own, like, through their own folly, and then come back together, both parties understanding, I messed up somewhere, I want to reconcile, I'm going to apologize however I can, and understand their side of the argument, to come to understand each other better, and come back together stronger and more understanding of each other. I really like that. That's kind of why, like, I talked about something like this in when I talked about the scary Godmother comics, about how they kind of butchered Max and Ruby's character arc in the cartoon animated Halloween specials, because it kind of just boiled down that the story from the comic My Bloody Valentine, I believe it was called. They had an argument. They went off, and it explored both of their sides, and this understanding of, yes, they do love each other, but they don't really understand each other or either of their wants. But as they go along, they come to understand each other more, and just come back to reconcile and love each other even more and understand each other more. I love that. I love writing like that, because it shows both sides of the argument without villainizing either. You can take a side, but throughout reading it, you've got to understand that while they may have had a slip up, have a falling out, there's not really a villain here. There's just two sides of an argument that need to understand each other better, and I do love that. That's really good writing. So honestly, really good episode, really good Snork Maiden episode, really good Snork episode as well. This was, yes, Snork, of course, disregarding her emotions at first, but he realized, yes, while he may perceive her worries and her feeling this way about something as silly, he realizes he hurt her feelings in that, and he needs to make up for it. And I really like that. He may have been a bit of an ass, but he realized that he was being a bit of an ass. So all's well that ends well. They come back together, they reconcile. I like that. That was really good. I really like that episode. It was Moomin's big fish, but it had next to nothing to do with the fish. The fish was just kind of a framing device. It was like something to just like carry the plot. Okay, we're gonna go fishing. Snork and Snork Maiden are having a falling out. They're gonna reconcile over this big fish dinner. And yeah, it was really nice. Alright. So, next episode is the start of the Moomin Papa episodes. The Adventures of Moomin Papa. You guys have been so excited about these episodes, and we're about to start into them. So we got those 3 episodes coming up, and I hope you're as excited for them as you've been saying in like all the comments and on YouTube and on Coffee. So we'll get into those. I'm not gonna give any pomp and circumstances. You know what this is. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Da 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 da. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because that would just be keeping you guys from these episodes even longer. It's time. It's time for the Adventures of Moomin Papa. You've all been waiting for it, and you've gotten me excited about these episodes. And I'm not gonna get into any pomp and circumstances where it's just the moment you've all been waiting for, the Moomin Papa episodes. So, let's get right into this. Adventures of Moomin Papa, part 1 of 3. This should be good. Starting off with Mama, always a good sign. What is
One
this?
summer day, Moomin
Onion
Papa
soup?
caught a nasty cold.
Oh. Probably then. I need to try French onion soup at some point.
Drink this milk with onion before it gets cold.
Milk and
I'll do
onion?
my best.
Is that a thing?
During this time that I've been ill in bed, I've been doing a lot of thinking. What if I was not here anymore? Then you and Moomin would know nothing about the wild adventures of my youth. All those things that happened to me long ago.
But I thought that the memoirs you were writing now were all about that.
No, they only start from when I met you.
Aw.
I had my reasons. My youth was pretty wild and stormy, you know.
Moomin Papa's in bed with a bad cold. He said if you came to him at once, he'd give you a present. Hurry!
How's Moomin Papa today?
He seems very angry with you, Snufkin, because you didn't come to see him.
How strange.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe you should go right now.
I just said you should ask them over, little Mai.
I did, and I also made sure they'd all come.
Moomin, when I was your age, I used to look exactly like you.
Oh.
And oddly enough, I used to have two friends who looked very much like Snufkin and Sniff. Well, almost like them.
Oh
Didn't
boy.
you meet anyone who
I'm
looked just
excited.
like me when you were young?
Well, yes, I did. She was very beautiful, but without your fringe.
Oh.
And now I'd like to tell you the story of my life before I met Moomin Mama.
Literally a framing device.
Long ago,
Ooh.
one stormy and dismal August, by the steps outside a lonely orphanage, someone had left an old paper shopping bag.
She looks a lot like Miss Philly Junk.
Whatever is that?
The paper bag was found by the principal, a lady who looked quite a bit like Philly Junk, actually.
Sounds like her too.
Oh, an abandoned child. Oh, dear.
I was that child.
You were abandoned?
Aw, poor Papa.
Ah, well, it looks docile enough. Quite sweet, in fact.
This feral child looks docile.
Don't want to be number 13. It's unlucky.
You naughty child. You've wet the bed again.
But I was dreaming I was in the bathroom.
You are twice as much trouble as any of the other orphans. When you greet me, hold up your tails at an angle of 45 degrees.
Oh, God.
Understood? Number 13, this is an angle of 90 degrees.
Why shouldn't it be an angle of 90 degrees?
If I say 45 degrees, I mean 45 degrees. It's high time you learn to behave like all the other children in this orphanage.
The orphanage
For
taskmaster.
some reason, the principal
Jesus.
of the orphanage positively hated being asked any questions. After some years had passed, I sneaked off one day in late winter and ventured down to the seashore.
The snow-covered forest can be tapped for green mana and ice mana.
Goodness, that's me.
Snow mana. I don't know. I'm MTG.
I have very nice
jokes.
ears, and they're standing straight up.
Yes, you do. You're adorable.
I'm also very nicely rounded. No nasty edges or knobs. Nice all over, even though I say it myself. I suppose my legs are a bit short for perfection, but not to worry. If I walk and skate and run around a lot, I guess they'll grow longer.
Ooh. I've only attained some amount of sentient awareness.
And so I was hurled
I do
into
not
my
wish to
first
freeze.
dangerous adventure and managed to escape unharmed.
I'm safe. I made it.
And at that
Snow-covered
very
islands.
moment, I made up my mind.
I'm gonna stop with the MTG
Tired
jokes.
of leading this safe, monotonous life. From this day forward, I shall carve my own fortune.
I am a feral child. I will do as I please.
Great tasks await me, and life is short, so I'm leaving. I hope you don't mind, but I've taken a jar of pumpkin jam to eat on the way. Do not grieve my departure. Moomin.
Yet again, the art and environments of this show. I need to study this. Like, I'm sick of using like
Maybe I
brushes
should've
for my
waited and
environments.
left in the morning.
Ooh, spooky. I love it. Oh. You should probably be afraid. There's snakes and arms and... Oh! You know, a lot of people have said that the show's given them a lot of nightmares. And every time it happens, I'm just like, yeah, I can see it. Oh. No. The poor bean. You think it's watercolor? Like I try to do watercolor stuff in CSP, and it just it slows down my computer to a crawl. I'd love to learn how to do it though. And I've got a pretty good computer too. It's just I guess it kind of takes a lot out of my PC. The buns. Oh, Fluxes! Look at him. Oh.
It's pretty well made.
That's not a water wheel, young man.
Huh?
Is it not?
I'm trying to find out how to make a propeller for my ship.
A propeller for your ship? You really the owner of a ship?
Would you like to see it?
You bet I would.
My
A
name
motor.
is Samuel Fredrickson. And yours?
I'm Moomin.
That's what I was called, you see, before you came along.
Ah. The original Moomin
There
is
she
Papa.
is.
Wow, what a big ship! How wonderful to have built a real ship!
Hey, Fuddler! I'm here! My friend Moomin is coming for the launching, so if you don't mind, can you please hurry up with a painting?
Hello,
I am
Moomin.
really excited to read these
Don't
books,
worry,
by
I'll
the way.
paint as fast as I can. Just watch.
I guess the fuddler didn't look so much like you, Sniff, but he was like you, and he sounded like you, too.
Hey, Jockster, didn't you see the no admittance sign? Means you shouldn't go in.
I don't understand signs.
Ah.
Now, funnily enough, he was just like you, Snufkin, and believe it or not, he even looked like you.
How will you get the ship onto the river?
Also, I
ready
can't
for the
remember
launching
if
when
this,
it's
if
finished?
this is
Goodness, we never thought of that. It could be difficult and worse.
fully
I
true
think I'll ask
or
Ed
if
with
it's
the booble
like
for help.
implied. I can't remember. I've
I'll
read the
go and look
comments
for
that
him.
talking
He's
about
probably
like
taking
apparently
his usual
Jockster's
nap downriver.
apparently
Anyway, he's so
Jockster's
enormous, you can't
Snufkin's dad.
possibly
I
miss
don't
him.
know.
Does that
I can't
mean
truly
he's
remember.
dangerous?
My memory's shit.
No, not really, but you want to be very careful he doesn't step on you by mistake because he's so big. Don't worry, he always pays for the funeral. Hey, Eduardo! Are you there? It's me, Fredrickson! I want to talk to you!
I love it.
Would you mind bathing in the river today?
Whoa, big friend!
At least he stood up.
My goodness! I love him! I love him immediately! Oh my goodness! I am smiling
Now we'll be
so
able to
widely.
start
I
the
love this
launching
big
ceremony.
friend.
We must hurry back to the ship, Moomin.
And he's got a Godzilla roar. Of course he does. Very cute, very big.
Anchors away! Batten the hatches! Everybody to your stations! Start the engines!
But yeah, I am genuinely excited to read these books. I've seen
We
that
made it, guys! A
these-
very successful launch!
these 3 episodes are based on the exploits of Moomin Papa, so this is all from the books, or at least it's written, or at least these episodes are written based on the books. Big friend.
The booble is looking at us, Mr. Fredrickson.
That's the
He's in
booble?
the way. How are we gonna get past him? There's no way round. We're gonna crash.
Hey, Eduardo! Would you mind moving out of the way? We gotta get past you!
My brain through all of this is just like, so God's name is Eduardo, you say? And he's a giant dragon creature.
Well, it's no
I'm
turning
fine
back
with
now,
this.
Moomin. You're really mean. You launched the ship without me. I was still finishing the painting.
So sorry,
Okay, I
Fuddler.
actually-
Now hang on to this!
I can actually hear it with Moomin Papa saying that the Fuddler sounds like Sniff. It's in the inflection rather than the voice. Look how big! Plenty of hugs must be given to this friend.
is that over there?
It's the Groke.
What's the group?
Oh!
She's the winter monster. It looks to me like she's chasing somebody.
What will she do if she catches them?
Nothing at all. She just gets very lonely. But if she never touches you, you freeze. It's best for all of us to keep away from her.
Too late for us to do anything now, I'm afraid.
We can only watch this poor creature's demise.
Hey, Moomin, where are you going?
I can't just stand by and watch someone freezing to death. And besides, it's an adventure.
What a little hero.
Don't you dare come near me! Oh, it's so cold! So very cold!
Wait a second.
Ice! Help!
Jump into this can quickly!
Wasn't this the orphanage owner? Sorry, Groke. I feel bad for you.
Sounds great,
Oh,
Papa.
boy.
It really does. Oh, I want to be an adventurer, too.
Who was she, Moomin Papa, the lady you saved? And tell us what happened next.
The principal of the orphanage.
The principal?
Oh, it's you, number 13.
Oh, my goodness, the principal. Had I known it was you, I wouldn't have risked my life to save you.
What's done is done, and you did a very brave thing, Moomin.
Be quiet. Nobody asked you. No. Who are these people? Where did you find them, number 13?
Madam Principal, they're all my friends.
I will take them under my wing, and I'll teach them a thing or two. They must learn how to behave.
Oh, excuse me.
You
I
just got your
remembered
life
I have something
saved.
to do below.
Me too.
Come back here. Didn't you hear me? You need to be disciplined. That's the first thing I'm going to teach you. Line up here in a row, from the tallest to the shortest, and look smart about it. Come back here. Come back.
Well, I see
Oh, goodness.
skip that bit.
What a terrible childhood.
Oh, no. Cheer up,
Aw.
Moomin Mama. The orphanage wasn't that terrible. It was just dull. Yes, the next part of my youth was really exciting, but you'll have to wait until I'm better before I tell you about that.
Yes, the orphanage is definitely the pot you're
Any
worried
good
about.
storyteller, Moomin Papa knew when to make a break in his tale. So we must wait to find out what happened to the principal.
Joke's on you!
Why don't you tell us the rest of the story you started?
Would you like that, Sniff?
Of course I would. I love trying to figure out which parts are true and which aren't true.
What do you mean? Of course everything I said was true.
Don't worry,
Since
Papa.
you all
I believe
want me
every
to.
bit of it.
Hooray!
I don't mind either, even though there's never anyone like me in your memoirs.
Well, this time there will be little Mai.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Yes,
I'm excited
it was
to
the
see.
morning after I had so stupidly risked my life to save the principal of my old orphanage.
Wake up. Rise and shine. The day is half gone already. Get up, lazy bones. Wake up, Fuddler, this minute.
You just have to be a taskmaster, don't you? Oh, the pack rat.
Only if you stop that.
You
I
have
don't
every
like
right
this,
to
and
throw
you've
her
got no right
overboard.
to do it.
Look here, madam.
What was that? Are you addressing me?
This is my deck, and it isn't dirty. It has a protective layer.
Fiddle faddle, young man. Don't talk back to me. It's dirty.
I swear I'll never again help anyone I can't see. She's going to make all our lives a misery.
Shit,
Moomin.
taught you to be clean and
Duh.
punctual and educated. cultured
Oh,
individuals.
what the hell? What are these things?
Nibblings! Nibblings, run for it!
Wait, you ragamuffins! I haven't finished yet. How dare you run away like this?
Leave her to the mops with arms. Don't look, Moomin. This is going to be horrifying.
Oh! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Who are you? Go away!
Jeez.
Number 13! Help!
Oh no, she's gone. There's nothing we can do.
Set me down and apologize immediately. This is extremely rude behavior. One does not treat ladies in this manner. I am a principal of an orphanage. Take me back to the ship immediately. You'll regret this for the rest of your days. You wait until I get you to dry land. This is not the way to treat the principal of an orphanage.
All right.
Moomin, aren't you going to save the principal?
I believe there comes a time in our lives when each of us must face his own fate.
What you say is true. You're being very wise, although I do feel that maybe someone should save those nibblings.
Leave her to her fate. She's already gone.
Fuddler,
Well,
I'll
that
never
just
be able to
happened.
understand how you can sleep among all this useless junk.
What is it now?
Oh, Joster, I can't see.
Huh? Frederick, son, there's something strange at the bow.
Oh?
This is fantastic. Never had such a soft mattress.
Is this the same cloud that came out of the hobgoblin's hat, do you think?
Yes, it must be.
Oh, don't do that, Moomin. Something awful's gonna happen if you carry on jumping all over it like that.
Okay, definitely sounding a lot more like Snip in this episode.
Try it, come on! Come and see for yourself!
Be careful!
I tell you, Moomin.
There's a storm coming! Looks like a pretty bad one, too!
At this point, I'm kind of just invested. Like, it's one of those moments where it's just like, my mind is on focusing on...
That engine will seize up any minute now.
Oh, no way. Yes, do what I think you're about to. Yes.
Take a look at that mast.
Frederickson! The clouds turned into a sail!
What did you say?
I'd say less of a sail, more of a...
Goodness,
more,
I hadn't planned on this!
More of a paraglider.
It's amazing!
I just got serious flashbacks. Who else knows about Puff the Magic Dragon? Oh my god. Is that something I should look into and maybe react to one of these days? Wow, what is this? What trippy things are going on?
Boy, come look at this!
There it is!
Right, I hope we won't hit it. I'm not able to steer this thing.
We're gonna hit it for sure!
Don't worry, Fuddler, just hold on. Right, here we go.
Ooh, yep, crash landing. Ooh. Oh, how landbound is the boat now? Oh, very.
That was lucky. We seem to have made a safe landing.
Well, we'll put some quotations around the safe part.
Told you it'd be all right.
But what if someone comes and steals my can while we're away from
Who
here?
would want to steal that?
A pack rat's
Somebody
gotta
does
keep
live on
their
this island
hoard.
by the look of it.
Gotta keep their hoard safe. Is the Fuddler secretly a dragon?
I suppose we'll have to ask someone. Come on, let's
Fuddler's
go.
got a hoard.
And would you like to know who we met? Well, someone just like you, little Mai.
Someone just like me?
Yes.
Go away, all of you. I'm not allowed to open the door when Mom is away.
That's a silly thing to say. You've already opened it.
Well, who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Mummeline's daughter.
It's not surprising she looked so much like you, little Mai. She was your mother.
Oh!
So
well
tell us,
then.
where's your mother gone to, little girl?
She's gone to the king's party, of course.
So what king would that be then?
Why didn't she take you with her to the king's party?
'Cause I'm a bad girl.
Well, what have you done that's so bad?
Well, I lie all the time. She won't remember telling me to stay at home by the time we get there. She forgets everything as soon as she said it.
Is that another one of your lies?
What do you think, Frederickson?
Let's go.
Oh, no.
I've never met a king before. It could be interesting.
Say, what does this king look like, huh?
He's just a very old man with lots of wrinkles.
Oh, really?
How much?
That's not how I imagined a
Like,
king.
when she's...
Don't trust a word she says. She's a liar, Moomin.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like, she prefaces the fact that she's a compulsive liar. How much can we trust what she says? How much can I believe of Mai's mother when she was young? Oh.
Let's run, Frederickson!
It's got cute cartoony noises as it walks.
Aha, just as I suspected. It's an artificial spider.
What?
The legs are steel and the eyes are glass with flashlights behind.
With what behind?
Huh? Who said that?
Oh.
You need to enunciate the A in flashlight.
I want to know whose voice that was.
Probably some kind of fae. If I had to guess.
that voice again? Who are you? Answer me!
Again, I'm gonna guess some kind of fae, because they usually do stuff like
How
this.
far do we have to walk to get to this party?
Oh, another surprise. A mechanical
The Minotaur in the maze. It's probably not mechanical.
Mechanical cow.
You insulted it. Whoops.
Now that was something you didn't expect.
Ooh. Yet again, I love the backgrounds. I love the environments. Everything's just so cool. Who put this whole thing together?
The scary things are over. And now the fun part starts.
Hooray, celebration for, I guess, not getting gored by a bull.
The king's party is already started!
Looks like a big party, doesn't it?
Yeah, the first of many for you, I guess, Moomin.
Would you like a piece of pie?
Yes, please.
And some juice, maybe.
You betcha.
Oh lord, they're gonna be stuck here for 100 years.
Now then, little girl, you said your mother was at the party. Where is she?
Over there! Hi, Mommy!
Oh, so there you are.
I brought my new friends along.
Also,
They certainly do look new, don't they?
How do you do, Your Majesty? We've come to wish you
sniff-looking
many
creature.
happy returns of the day.
I've been watching all of you with my telescope. I saw those surprises you had on your way, and very interesting it was. But now let us discuss more serious matters for a while. We find you acceptable as citizens of our kingdom, and so by royal decree you will stay here on our island, my friends.
We're greatly honored, of course.
Fredrickson, I've ordered that uniquely beautiful ship of yours to be moved here immediately.
What? The Ocean Orchestra?
Yes,
That
and I
must be
want
a-
you to go on with your brilliant inventions here in our park of surprises,
that must be a
Fredrickson.
very powerful telescope.
Fredrickson.
As for the rest of you, you may settle wherever you like and build homes for yourselves in my happy kingdom.
Build a home?
I built my house overlooking the sea. The wheelhouse of the Ocean Orchestra was the ground floor, and I lived there very happily by myself.
Not very adventurous.
What?
Well, you were just living in a house. That's boring.
How can you say that? You've all been listening with your mouths wide open.
It was exciting till now, but if you just stay on the island and live in a house.
Oh, dear me. Well, you see, little ones, it wasn't an ordinary house exactly. In fact, it was a haunted house.
Oh?
I want to hear it.
I'm not at all sure that I do.
Next time, maybe.
Oh.
Oh,
you
boy.
can't stop now.
I'm very tired, Moomin. Now I feel I really do deserve a little nap.
And so Moomin Papa took a little nap down on the seashore, but not before he had whetted their appetite again by mentioning the haunted house. Nothing wrong with keeping your audience on tenterhooks.
I reiterate, joke's on you! Coffee.
This is very pleasant. It shows that the world is stable, or at least it shows that our world here in Moomin Valley is secure and stable.
Why do you like
Well,
stability so much, Papa?
I like change. I don't like the same thing every day.
That's a
As you
nice
all know,
take
Papa does
for
like
just having a
adventure,
cup of
but
coffee.
He also likes his coffee at the same time every day.
Speaking of that, Papa, you promised to tell us more about your adventures when you were a young man.
I'd like to hear it.
So would I, Papa.
Now,
Yes,
let me
do
think,
continue.
You said that your house on the rock was haunted.
You might want to,
Ow.
but I don't want to hear about ghosts.
You can cover your ears if you're scared.
Ah, yes, I remember now. We had just settled down on the King's Island, hadn't we? The king was very interested in us for some unknown reason, and he gave a very warm welcome and asked us to stay. He wanted us to form a colony, but I'd no idea what that meant.
She said there should be as many as possible who should all live as closely together as possible. And she said you'll all start quarreling then.
Quarreling? Why
Quarreling?
do we all have to start quarreling? I don't like quarreling much. What's your
I
opinion
agree.
on the matter, Fuddler?
I don't like it either. If that's the case, Muddle and I will live together away from everybody else.
I really think that in a colony, everyone can live as they like, more or less, within reason. We'll be completely free to come
Mood.
and go as we please, and I have no intention of quarreling with anyone.
Aw, who is this mouse friend?
Oh, hey, wait there, Muddle!
Aw.
I've never seen her before.
That's Muddle. She lives on the south of the island. If you ask me, I think Fuddler's fallen in love with her.
Hey?
Muddle and Fuddler.
How's Fredrickson doing?
Very cute.
Fredrickson's
I like them.
extremely busy building his amphibian.
As ordered by the king of the island, Fredrickson had moved to live in the Park of Surprises and was there building all the time.
I think they... Yes. I think they have mentioned that Moomin Papa had a ghost friend in his youth. I think we've actually seen this character in an episode before.
Oh, it wasn't a ghost, was it?
It certainly was.
Dame Elaine, yeah, that was the episode. Dame Elaine! I can't do that right now. My voice isn't ready for Dame Elaine. I love that Moomin ghosts are just sheets. It's adorable. He's so scared though.
I'm so scared.
Oh.
But it's so chilly in here. Tremble, frail mortal, for the revenge of the forgotten dried-out bones.
Have you got a cold?
Yes, I'm afraid I have.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not. What's happening here? Why aren't you scared of me?
I tell you, it's very difficult being scared of someone who sneezes.
You'd sneeze too if you tried to rattle chains in weather like this. Such cold, hard things. When I return later on this week, beware thy fate. I shall put my clammy hands upon your sleeping form.
You're coming back another night? Right. Can you tell me what time?
Well, what about next Friday at midnight? Earlier, if you like. How would that suit you?
That's splendid. I'll invite my friends for a ghost party.
Your friends?
Oh my
Isn't
goodness.
that a good idea? The more people you have to scare, the better you like it, surely.
Huh? Well, I guess so, but... Very well, then. I shall return next Friday night around midnight to scare you all.
That is incredibly sweet. Like, oh, a ghost. You just want to scare people? Well, I'll invite my friends.
What a great surprise it'll be for everyone. See you Friday. Take care now.
He's such a scaredy cat.
And did the ghost return on the Friday night?
Yes, he certainly did.
I've got something exciting to tell you. I haven't invited you here tonight just for dinner.
That explains why this fish you've given us doesn't taste so good tonight.
So, what's your reason for inviting us here, Moomin?
At midnight, a real ghost will appear before you.
What?
You heard him, Fuddler. Wow, that's exciting.
Please don't make ridiculous jokes. You know I'm frightened of ghosts.
Aw.
I'm not joking, Fuddler. Goodness, look over there.
Huh?
You weren't joking.
Where is he?
Coming this way, and he's right behind you, Fuddler.
Beware the revenge of the dried-out, broken, forgotten bones.
How wonderfully exciting to meet a real ghost for once. Would you like to join us for some soup?
Oh, no. This is not the way you're supposed to behave. When you see me, you should all shout "Eek" and fall to the ground trembling.
Eek?
You should turn pale and your teeth should start chattering. Well done. At least you know how to behave properly. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, don't come any closer.
Well, I'm a bit disappointed, too. I thought you'd all be scared out of your wits when you saw him.
I wasn't scared, but I was certainly surprised. Surprised and very interested. How is it that a ghost can hover above the ground like that? If he was willing to share his secret with me, I guess I could use it for my amphibian.
He's a ghost!
Say, Moomin, perhaps the ghost could move in and live with you. Then we'd have one more member for our special colony.
That's a good idea. If you lived here, you could scare us anytime.
Would you like to?
I might consider it
Well,
if you kept it nicely
live,
heated.
quote,
You see,
unquote.
I suffer a great deal from these head colds.
No, but Moomin, I won't be able to come here and visit you anymore.
Oh, don't be silly. You must come. You're the only one here who's scared of me. I have nothing to do if you don't come.
I told you not to come any closer.
And that was how the ghost and I started to live together.
Very cute.
Believe it or not, Fredrickson has finally finished his amphibian. And the king has decided to to do the launching himself, and he's also going to marry the fuddler in the muddle.
What?
Nice.
The fuddler?
Like I said last episode, I'm just
The fuddler's
invested.
getting married.
I'm seriously just taken in by the story as it progresses. Oh, yes! Wedding time! Yes! I'm happy for them. They're cute together.
Fuddler and Muddle, welcome to my home. It is time to exchange your buttons.
Aw. I'm so happy for them.
To announce you husband and wife.
Congrats. Congration. You done it.
Congratulations, fuddler.
Congratulations!
Thank you, everyone.
I
That's
had no
wonderful.
idea you were going to get married.
Listen, Fuddler! I would really like you to do the unveiling of my ship. This will be my wedding present to you.
3 cheers for Fredrickson!
Let's see it. Come on. Unveil it, newlyweds. Oh, it's like a big fish and it's adorable. It looks like the Trouble.
Right, then everybody aboard?
Also, I can't get over how cute they are. Ah! I think that means good luck on it. That means it has good luck on its maiden voyage. I think if it doesn't shatter first go, it means disaster. I can't remember.
Is it true that it can fly?
Of course. Just watch closely.
I just can't. I can't handle how cute those two are. I wonder if these two are Sniff's parents. Honestly, that's what I'm at the moment. That's what I'm wondering. A bit rocky. She's airborne.
It's flying! It's flying!
You guys, you were right, it is flying!
The engines look as if they're giving out any minute.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, at least it can travel water.
I don't believe this. We're traveling under the sea.
Hey, have a look out here.
Whoa. Oh my goodness, I love all of this. This is amazing.
They're mermaids!
You're paying attention to the mermaids and not the amazing creatures all around. This episode is very dark and I can barely make them out. Or maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. All amazing creatures.
What happened to the mermaids?
Why did they all swim away? Oh!
What's going on here? It is incredibly dark. It's like some kind of dragon. Is the Booble back? Yes! It's the big friend! Yes!
It's Eduardo!
Hell yeah!
What's he doing around here?
Rawr.
What are you doing in this part of the world, Eduardo? Did you come to the Fuddler and the Muddle's wedding?
You like weddings?
Thank you, Eduardo!
I love him even more. Yes, big friend! I'm smiling so wide right now. This is amazing.
So, you see, our colony had acquired yet another new member.
Yes!
Unfortunately, that fall, there was an awful lot of rain.
Again, I can't get over how cute those two are.
I do think that this is by far the worst weather we've had since we came to live here.
And I walked down to the beach as if I'd known something all along.
Oh! The little hero!
Help me, please!
Also, I'm loving this music. As always. It kind of sounds like Risk of Rain music. And that's a very good thing. Because Risk of Rain's got great music.
Where's my handbag? I've lost my handbag in the sea. Please save it. Save my handbag.
Aww.
But what's that hanging on your arm?
Oh, yes. Thank goodness. How lucky. Oh.
I've never seen anyone as beautiful as you before.
Aww. Yes.
Thank you for saving my life. But I don't know your name.
If you want to know, it's Moomin.
At that very moment, I knew it. This was the very girl I'd been waiting for so long. A girl I could start a new colony with.
Okay, it's like, I don't know, I just like romance.
Snufkin and Sniff, you will stay to dinner, won't you? You know you're always welcome. What is it? Is something wrong?
Was it you, Mama?
Oh, was it
How
really?
could you not realize?
So you've just told them all about us.
Yes, I just told them the story about how we met.
Oh, how embarrassing.
So with that, I think I will end my story. You know
How
the rest.
embarrassing that I was drowning.
What happened to the fuddler?
And what about the little girl?
It's your turn to venture forth and create exciting lives for yourselves.
Are you really
Then
just going to
Moomin
leave?
Papa stopped talking. His story had come to an end. Moomin decided there and then that he would follow in his father's footsteps. One day, he would leave Moomin Valley and travel around the world in his quest for an adventurous and eventful life.
Oh man, they're really just gonna leave that open-ended. Maybe the book isn't. Maybe the book doesn't leave it that open-ended. I don't know. I still need to read it. I need to read all these books. But still, that was great. That lived up to the hype. I will say that was great. That was wonderful. And do I really need to say I just love romance. I adore couples like good couples like either as odd or as similar as they are. I don't know. The Fuddler and Muddle's relationship, like what we got of it looked very simple but very close. We only really got them being adorable and close. And again, that's just they were just adorable together. That is just so cute. I got just such a good vibe from them. And of course, Moomin Papa and Moomin Mama meeting each other. That was just my heart. You're doing it to me. But do I really even need to state that how much I love good romance in stories? I don't really seek out romance stories, but it's mainly because the romance industry is toxic, and most romance stories are typically very one-sided, very it also kind of proliferating toxic ideology. A lot of bullshit happens with romance movies and romance series and romance novels. That they don't really I don't know if my hopey dopey romance talk, my hippy dippy happy hoopy whatever with the romance stuff really vibes with what most of the industry sees as this very cookie cutter fundamentalist ideology created in the 50s of what quote unquote romance should be. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on that stuff, and I feel like I've talked a lot about it, but it's, I don't know. Moomin Papa and Moomin Mama are super cute. The Fuddler and Muddle seem super cute together. I adore them. I adore that we got a marriage. That's so cute. That's so sweet. Oh, I love it. This was wonderful. As for this whole thing, wow, that was amazing. I just love just seeing from going from this abandoned orphan being to going on this adventure on this boat with. Also, I love Eduardo. I love big friend, big wonderful friend. I love the ghost. I love everything about this. This was wonderful. This was just this big cohesive story from start to finish, and honestly, I feel like it kind of tied up like pretty well. It left a lot open-ended, but at the same time, there's I don't know. It's both cohesively tied up, as well as leaving a lot left open-ended. Did they leave this island and move to Moomin Valley, or was this island Moomin Valley? Where did the king go after this? Did Moomin Papa leave? Did he and Mama go to Moomin Valley to settle down there? And what about the Jockster? What about Muddle and Fuddler? I kind of feel like maybe I'm just spitballing here. Maybe Sniff is their son. I don't know. I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm just gonna say maybe. That's a big maybe. I have heard that people say that Jockster is apparently Snufkin's father, and definitely a lot about Snufkin and Mai being half siblings, but I don't know if that's within the 90s show canon. Because like when you have an adaptation, they tend to vary on what their canon is, and it's not entirely a bad thing. There's always different interpretations, and it just depends on whoever's witnessing them to decide on whether or not they like the direction the interpretation takes, or what have you. It's different. It's different thoughts on the story and different ways to tell these stories. It's all wonderful, I'd say. Like, really, that's what it boils down to. This is just wonderful. And I don't know here if then or there. They left it very open-ended. Maybe it could be left open to interpretation, or left open to like, hey, you want more information, go read the books. I do intend to read the books at some point, but I'm gonna save that for another time. Plus, it's gonna be like a good chunk out of my wallet to get the books. But I do want to read them at some point, because I want to see where this series came from. I want to see how the books differ from this series. I want to read the comics. I want to see what parts of the comics, what parts of the comics became this series. Like, there are a good number of, at least a few of these episodes the stories were inspired by the comics, and hell, I have a script, like, in the workings, talking about my thoughts on the Prima Donna versus the episode of the Prima Donna versus the comic. I have a lot of thoughts going into that, but it's a lot of work going forward. For now, I really need to just get these episodes. I really need to just get these episodes recorded so I can work on this video and hopefully have it out on Christmas. I'm gonna see if I can manage that. It's gonna be a lot of work in a short amount of time, but if I can really put myself into it, give myself that hard deadline, I think I might be able to do it. I'm not sure. I'll try. But we'll see if it's going to be a Christmas thing or a New Year's thing. We'll have to see. I do want to have this be a Christmas thing if I can. So, yeah. This was wonderful. Lived up to the hype, I'd say. Probably, it may be my favorite arc it's definitely one of my favorite arcs in the series. This was so good. I loved this. You guys were more than justified in hyping up this arc as much as you did, because it lives up to it. It's worth it. This is great. This is fantastic. I am so happy for this. And yeah, I don't know how much else is going to live up to this going forward. There's only 8 episodes left, and then the movies. But I'm not gonna harp on that. I'm not gonna stick on that. I'm not going to add any dread to the end of this episode. At least I'm gonna try not to. As scared as I am for this series to end, I know I have a lot I want to do going forward, and maybe you guys will enjoy that. But I'm going to just move forward confidently. I know I have at least 2 more episodes of the 90s series. Maybe I definitely intend to cover the films. I might cover the 2019 series if the copyright stuff isn't going to be too harsh on me. And definitely want to cover the books and the comics, and then I don't know. I do have some miscellaneous stuff, like maybe an episode tier list, or like talk about which characters which characters I like. Maybe character tier list. In fact, just I don't know. We'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I have a lot of stuff I want to do, and again, I just hope you guys are going to enjoy that. So yeah. For now, I think I'll head off. This has been amazing, and I hope you guys enjoyed, because I certainly have been.